Well, these clips are a lot shorter than ones you've heard before. At least we'll start with Billy Graham and what he's going to talk about what he could say about things,
Yeah.
because I think he was kind of muzzled legally as to what he could tell the press. Maybe you know a little more about that.
Yeah, well, I think Billy was muzzled in a way because, going back to some of the things that we may only speculate on these days, that there was a federal investigation that was forming in regard to the distribution of steroids in the organization. So whether Billy or not was helping in any way, shape, or form, who knows? I mean, that's something that's never been talked about, really. And we don't know for sure. But Billy was allowed to say certain things, and then there was other things that he wouldn't go near, he wouldn't touch.
Let's hear what the superstar had to say at this point in time.
Billy, are you there?
Hello, yes, I'm here, John Arizzi.
Good morning.
How are you, my man?
How's everything out there?
Oh, all right, brother. I was having trouble getting through to you. I think somebody was trying to sabotage our lines, man.
Well, I'm not going to mention anybody, but I'm wearing body armor these days.
Yeah, yes. I don't. How many bodyguards you got anyway?
Well, I don't need it. I'm just wearing body armor. Basically, I will be camouflaging myself today on our way to Baltimore.
Were cut, man. I called the service, and they came out and found my lines were cut, man, because they knew I was calling John Arizzi world famous wrestling spotlight. So, well, anyway, we're hooked up now, man.
We've certainly gotten a lot of press over the last several weeks, that's for sure, here at the radio show, and we just like to portray professional wrestling as the way I feel it should be as a sport, and we try to cover it in that light. But anyway, there's been a lot of negative things that have been happening in professional wrestling over the last month or so, and something that's going to be happening here in this area next month, the 24th and 25th of August. Billy, you were one of the first people I had contacted for this because I felt the fans really didn't or haven't had the opportunity to get a chance to talk to and meet and greet a former World Wrestling Federation champion, someone who was so popular in his heyday. Mm-hmm. And, of course, all the really sad things that have happened to you over the last several years. I think this is a way for the fans to show their heartfelt support to you and come out and meet you during our Weekend of Champions in August.
Well, I tell you, not only for the fans to show their support for me, which they have already done all through the years, but I feel, John, that this is a tremendous opportunity for me to exchange those feelings towards the fans, because you know as well as I do the position that you are in. You know how the professional wrestling world works, and you know the scheduling. You fly into a town, a wrestler rents a car, he tries to grab a meal, you try to get to a gym and get a workout in, you try to lay down and take a nap and get some rest, you get up, you go to the arena, after you wrestle, you're there for 4 hours, you try to grab another meal, you try to get some sleep, and you get up the next morning and you fly to another city and you do the same thing every day. And so therefore it's impossible to really stop and smell the roses, you know. In other words, shake the people's hand, meet the fans who love you and support you and who have dedicated their lives to this. And so this convention, Weekend of Champions, is just an absolute dream come true for me, because it'll be my first type of a convention or gathering that I've ever participated in my whole wrestling career, to actually sit down, talk to fans, and not be rushed, have time to shake their hands, get their names, find out something about the people who will follow my career, you see?
Yeah.
So I'm just so excited about this thing, about meeting my fans who have covered my career one-on-one, because we're human beings, man. We're not robots out there, you know. We really are human after all, you know. So it's just a thrill for me and an honor to be at the Weekend of Champions conventions coming up, John.
Well, we're looking forward to that. And, of course, you're in great company with Ric Flair and Luthez, Bruno Sammartino, Buddy Rogers, Fabulous Moolah. You know, we'll go on and on and on. And also some great stars of today appearing there. We are looking forward to it, and Billy, of course, fans from around the country attended last year's convention. We had over 3,000 over a 2-day period of time, and we feel the turnout will be bigger this year. But you know, everyone is curious, and everyone is wondering about superstar Billy Graham, and now that you're coming out in public a little bit, meeting the fans. You also got a big appearance that's going to take place on August the 4th in Philadelphia, and that is going to be promoted by Joel Goodhart. It's going to be the Philadelphia Wrestling Hall of Fame, I believe, and you're the first inductee.
Yes, that's right. I'm very, very proud of that. In Philadelphia on 3 weeks from today, I believe, August the 4th, and you can any fans that are listening now to your show can call Joel Goodhart if they have a pencil and a paper handy. The phone number is area code 215-745-8315. For more information on this first ever Hall of Fame banquet we're having down there in my honor. It is a great honor, really, to be in this, and we're going to be showing 3 hours of video highlights of my wrestling career, and it's just going to be another one of those touching moments where a person like myself who has never had a chance to be around fans, to spend any time with them, will now get a chance to sit down with them and say, listen, man, tell me something about yourself, another human quality of this. So it's just an exciting event, and later on in the show, if you want to give the number again out to the fans, and they're all invited down to Philadelphia, man, to the Hall of Fame banquet, and get that number again later from John, and jot it down. And if you can get down there, I'd love to see all my fans from New York down to Philly area.
Yeah, we are planning. If anyone would like to maybe carpool it, or maybe we will take a mini bus or something down there, because we're going to the show the night before, August the 3rd. Joe puts on some great shows there in Philadelphia, and maybe we'll make a special. I know I'll be there personally, and I know there are a lot of people from all over the place coming to this dinner. So if any of the fans out there would like to maybe carpool it, or would like to show some interest, and maybe we'll get a mini bus or something together and head on down to Philadelphia for this dinner. But Billy, the situation in pro wrestling today is changing like stars shooting across the sky, fast. And this coming Tuesday, there's big news happening. There's been big news happening throughout the last month, and you, of course, have been involved in some of that, as far as you recently appearing at the trial of George Zahorian, and he was convicted there. And we understand, of course, by advice of your counsel, not really to talk about any of that today, but hopefully the future will have some good things in store for Billy Graham.
Right. Well, that's true. On advice of my attorney, I can't really speak on the events of the trial in Harrisburg just passed, or any future possibilities of anything like that in the future, or anything at all regarding steroids, or even the World Wrestling Federation as it is now. I'm just not permitted to do that. However, I would like to make a clean, clear-cut statement on my feelings of steroids personally, and that is this. You can just wrap it up in a nutshell. To all my listeners out on the television, not television, but the radio station right now, listening to Superstar Billy Graham, just let me tell you one thing about anabolic steroids, and that is they are the most deceptible drugs on the market, because while they're making you look big and beautiful on the outside, which they do that, while they're making you look big and look good on the outside, they're quietly destroying your inside, and you don't even know it. So they're the most deceptive drug that you could possibly take. And it's my sincere wish and prayer that anyone who's listening to me right now, if you're taking steroids, to get off. And if anyone's listening who is contemplating starting to take steroids, please don't start, because this is the situation. You have a man named Steve Corson in Pittsburgh, a former pro football player, sitting there in Pittsburgh waiting for a new heart. You have Lyle Alzado in Los Angeles in dire straits with a brain tumor. You have superstar Billy Graham sitting here talking to you now, missing a left hip. In place of it is a steel hip. My ankles have been fused with rods, bolts, pins, and screws, and my ankles don't move. And that's just 3 people who have made the news. Now there's thousands of other people with similar complications from steroids who don't make the news. So that's just my statement. Just please stay away from the poison of anabolic steroids, and I'm hopefully in the near future I'll be able to come out to your area out here on Long Island and possibly give a seminar and a lecture and to all my wrestling fans and really get the message down real strong. But at this point, that's really all I can say, John.
Well, we certainly understand that, Billy, and we appreciate you giving us the time here today. I know we have the living legend Bruno Sammartino scheduled to be calling in at any moment now to also speak about the subject of steroids. And Bruno, over the last couple of days, has made some big news here as far as his statements to some of the major newspapers, especially the New York Post. And a lot of people may feel that maybe this prompted the WWF to begin their steroid testing, and of course they have a major press conference scheduled for Tuesday at the Plaza Hotel. But Billy, as always, we've talked a lot over the last couple of weeks and putting this convention together and looking forward to getting you out there. And I've known you now for a long, long time. I think since '76 or '77, and I just feel that hopefully someday, Superstar Billy Graham, everything will work out for you, and because you've had a rough time, you really had.
Well, I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate your concern, and I'm hanging in there. My health is in dire straits right now myself. It's not good, but I'm doing and having everything done medically that the medical world can do to treat me, and I go every day to the fitness center here in California, in Los Angeles rather, for my physical therapy. And I tell you what, one of the greatest physical therapy treatments I'm going to have personally will be at this convention, to see the people, touch the people, and just be with the people, because I know my fans at this convention are going to pick me up, because pick me up more than any physical therapy sessions that I'm going through now will ever do. And so I'm just so excited and thrilled and pumped up, man. I'm going to be at that convention, and I'm just so excited to meet my people, And because I tell you one thing, I'll go on record as saying this: there's no person that works harder at what they do than a professional wrestler. Our schedule, John, they're grueling, they're grinding, they run us relentlessly. We work harder and longer than any other athlete, and we're in just as good a shape, if not better, and probably some of the greatest athletes in the world are pro wrestlers. So I just want to let the fans know, man, I'm coming in, brother. I'm coming in, and I'm coming in to get my therapy from the fans of New York City,
That's great, Billy. I know if we had the time today, unfortunately we don't, to take calls for you, those fans would be showing that love to you, but I guess it'll be a love-in on the 24th and 25th of August when the fans get a chance to see you.
That's it, John.
Okay, Billy, listen,
right.
Thanks for your time this morning, and we'll speak to you soon.
Thank you very much, and I just want to say again to all the fans out there listening to me, Superstar Billy Graham will be there at the weekend of conventions, and I'm pumped. I'm excited. I want to see my people who have supported me and spend time and get to know you like you know me. Okay, John?
Okay, Billy, thanks a lot.
Thank you, man. Good luck with the rest of the show today. Have fun.
Okay, thanks.
Bye-bye.
Wow, that was explosive. Just like predicted, Bob.